Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka Bish from DPS Lamachor. Today in this session, we'll be continuing with the topic e-business. As in the previous session, we have already discussed about the online transaction under e-business. Today we'll be continuing with the security and safety of e-business. So first point is transactional risk. And under transactional risk, first comes default on order taking or giving. In this, we can say sometimes the seller can deny that the customer has ever ordered the product. Second is default on delivery. So sometimes the goods are not delivered to the right address, it may deliver to the wrong address, or sometimes the goods other than ordered is delivered to the customer. Third is default on payment. So here the seller sometimes may not receive the cash from the buyer and the buyer may claim that he has already paid the payment for the order. Now to overcome these problems, the seller must confirm that the customer has entered the correct information from the cookies. So customer can also protect himself by shopping from well-established website only, and to protect the payment, following steps can be taken. First point is credit card authentication. So this process ensures that the credit card number provided by the customer is valid or not. Second is credit card authorization. So this system ensures that the credit card funds in the credit card account of the customer is available or not. And the last is settlement. So under this, once the product is dispatched or delivered, the bank will release the fund and will transfer the fund to the businessman's account. Now the second point in safety and security of e-business is data storage risk. So data storage risk includes virus. Virus means vital information under seize. So some of the computer viruses are deadly. They clean up all the information stored in the computer memory. So generally viruses can enter into the computer through email, floppy or disk. Second is hacking. Hacking refers to the unauthorized entry into a website. So hacking basically destroys all the data and information of the business transaction, due to which the owner of the business can suffer a huge loss. Now this problem can be solved by setting up special crime cell. The government has set up a special crime cell which looks after the crimes committed by the hackers and to take the strict action against the criminals. Second is encryption. It refers to the conversion of messages into code so that the unauthorized person may not understand it. Third is digital signature. So it refers to the coded digital certificate issued by the certificate authorization. It helps in identifying the sender. Now the third point under safety and security of e-business is risk of threat to intellectual property and privacy. So as we know, internet is an open space. It becomes very difficult to keep the information secret, and the data can be supplied to others who may misuse the information. The information can be misused by hacking or viruses. Now next topic is resources required for successful implementation of e-business. So however, before conducting the business electronically, the business firm must have necessary resources. The resources required for successful implementation of e-business or e-commerce are: first is computer hardware. So the business enterprise must get the computer with latest technology and speed. As we know, before starting the e-commerce trading, it is necessary for every business enterprise to have such computers, and the computer should also have the capacity of handling business in big volume. Second is technically qualified staff. So as we know, under e-commerce business, all the business transactions are carried through internet. So the businessman must hire the people or the candidate who are qualified enough and who are capable for handling the internet easily. Third is computerized system of receiving payment. For the success of e-commerce business, it is essential for the business enterprise to develop such agency or to develop such efficient system of working where they can receive the payment for the goods sold, and for this the businessman has to make arrangement with the commercial banks and the credit agencies. Fourth is well-designed website. So here the business enterprise must develop the comprehensive website to communicate effectively with the partners and the customers, and these websites should be beautifully designed with the graphs, or we can say with the other attractive pictures, hyperlinks, etc. And the last is telecommunication facilities. So the e-commerce trading business can only be successful if there is adequate telephone lines and internet services without any interruptions. Next is limitations of e-business. So first limitation is low personal touch, where high-tech e-business may be high-tech but it lacks the warmth of interpersonal interaction, because during e-business the transaction takes place online and here there is less interaction between the people. Second is incongruence between the order taking or giving and order fulfillment speed. So information can flow at the click of a mouse, but the physical delivery of the product takes time. So here, as we know, once we order the product and it reaches us after 2-3, or it takes at least 2-3 days to reach to the customer. So here it is a time taking process. Second is need for technology capability and competence of parties to e-business. So apart from the traditional 3 R's, which is reading, writing and arithmetic, e-business requires a fairly high degree of familiarity of the parties with the world of computers. Next is increased risk due to anonymity and non-traceability of the parties. So here, internet transactions occur between the cyber personalities. As such, it becomes difficult to establish the identity of the parties. As we know, during internet transaction, there are many transactions taking place between the parties, and these parties are completely different or completely unidentified. So it is difficult to establish the identity of the parties. Next is people resistance. Now the process of adjustment to a new technology and new way of doing things causes stress and sense of insecurity. As we know, e-business is new in the market, so it takes time to establish such business. That is why it causes stress and sense of insecurity. Next is ethical fallouts. So here, when you're planning to quit, you may as well quit right now, said the HR manager, showing her a copy of the email that she had written to her friend. So these are some ethical fallouts. Now the next concept is outsourcing concept, which means over the last decade, a new type of business within service sector has become popular in the world. It is called the business process outstanding. In short, we can call it as BPO. BPO basically refers to getting a business task is accomplished through the outside agency. For example, the company hire the services of management consultant to get their employees trained. Next is scope of BPO. So BPO is more popularly known as call centers, which provide customer-oriented voice-based service on 24 hours into 7 days. BPO comprises of 4 segments. These are the common areas where BPO is operating. Now these 4 segments are contract manufacturing, contract research, contract sales and informatics. Now here are some limitations of outsourcing. First is confidentiality. So here the parent company shares the secrets with the outsourcing company, and if the outsourcing company does not maintain the confidential information, it can create problem to the parent company. Second is sweatshopping. Here the firm who prefer to outsource their work, they outsource their work which mostly prefer to the doing skill, not to the thinking skill. That means the employees who are working with the outsourcing company, they do not have increase in competition or skills level or creativity level. Third is protest in home country. As we know, in outsourcing, the companies generally outsource their work to the other employees. So it may create the employment opportunity to the other employees of the other countries. So in the home country, it may create a protest because the employment opportunities are mostly given to the employees of other countries. And the last is ethical concern. So generally companies outsource their work in the other country because the other country outsourcing labor is cheap. So with this, we have completed the 5th chapter of business studies, which was emerging modes of business. In the next session, we'll be continuing with the other chapter. That's all for today. Thank you.